Let's face it, Microsoft are not known for being clear when it comes to the naming of their products. There was always confusion when it came to Office 365 and what was in it. So do you know all the things that the new Microsoft 365 can offer your business? Still with all the standard applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint and Outlook, Microsoft 365 can come equipped with a number of business tools like Exchange Email, SharePoint and Teams, and many, many other features. In this interview with Luke Smits from P1 Technology, we take a look at some of the awesome business features that come with your Microsoft 365 subscription that you might not even know exist.
Better Business for Good TV. By small business owners for small business owners.
So look, there've been some changes that I didn't even know about from Office 365 to Microsoft 365. So do you want to start by telling us what those are and what it means?
Yeah, sure. Look, obviously, a lot of business owners and people in business and technology in general are obviously aware of Office 365. Traditionally, Office 365, people think of Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, etc. And that's all great. Most businesses will still be using those tools, but Microsoft, thankfully, have, I suppose, started to differentiate Office 365 and now turn it into Microsoft 365. So rather than being about those traditional Microsoft Office applications, it's now more about the Microsoft ecosystem as a whole. So not just focusing on those desktop components, but including other productivity tools that a lot of businesses can certainly get a lot of use out of.
Great. So do you want to sort of explore what some of those are so that we can?
Yeah, sure. So people are going to be familiar with probably a few key components of now Microsoft 365. So apart from the Microsoft desktop applications, you've then got Microsoft SharePoint. So that's document collaboration for within an organization. Probably people are familiar with that, and maybe OneDrive. They kind of overlap, but I won't go into that today. Then people are also, especially during COVID, hopefully post-COVID, people will be obviously familiar with Microsoft Teams, which is their video conferencing platform, and also overlaps a lot with the collaboration. You can share documents and other information through Teams as well, but it all sort of hinges on that same ecosystem, which is Microsoft 365. So they're the things that people are probably familiar with. But some things that people probably wouldn't be familiar with that can really help businesses and staff in businesses, the people in those businesses, to make their lives easier, and also to increase productivity and to get more out of stuff that you've probably already got. So start with a function called Azure Active Directory, which sounds pretty dry. Azure, or if you're an American, it's Azure, but I'm going to stick to Azure. It's basically the directory, the security mechanism behind the entire organization. So your business as an organization may have 20 people in it. The Azure Active Directory is a directory where you can specify security parameters for each different staff. So this group of people might have access to this information. This group will only have access to these bits of information. But rather than, as in the past, all that stuff being on a server on your premises or in-house, that dusty box in the corner back there, it's all now cloud-based and ties in with the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. And through that mechanism, you can then control the organization or the IT manager, whether it's an in-house IT manager or whether it's an external provider like ourselves, can control that mechanism to help keep the organization running smoothly and secure. So it's a really powerful tool.
Yeah. So basically, like if you're getting a new staff member, then you can instantly give them access to the right things. You could add more access. If they leave, you can take access away, all within that.
All that stuff. Yep, and it's all completely cloud-based, so I can access it from this computer, that computer, any computer. And yeah, it's another foundation component, I suppose, of the Microsoft 365. One of the things that it really ties in nicely to is another function called single sign-on. And people may have heard of this, may have heard the word, but not really sure what it's all about. Single sign-on with Azure Active Directory in the background allows an IT administrator, someone in-house or external, to provision a dashboard for a user. So as a user gets to their desk in the morning, opens up their internet browser, it comes up with a dashboard of different applications that they may use. So a lot of people have 20, 30 different portals they need to access every day. They need a username, they need a password for each of those. So through a single sign-on platform, it means that the users are able to access each of those portals without having to enter their usernames and passwords. Now, some people may confuse that with, saving passwords in your browser, which of course is a bit of a no-no. Through the single sign-on, it allows the IT administrator to set those passwords for the users. So for example, a new employee comes in, the IT administrator can set those user credentials in the single sign-on dashboard so that when a new person comes in, opens their dashboard, they just click on the apps and they can then get access to those. They don't even need to know their usernames and passwords. And the beauty of this is that it means that as a business owner, you then don't have to worry about person going home and being able to access those portals from somewhere else because they don't even know their usernames and passwords. So it just really means if that person leaves, if that person decides to be doing something on the weekend that you don't want them to be doing, then they can't access that information. So that's a really, you've got the productivity benefits of people being able to access things more quickly, but then you've also got the risk management from a business perspective.
So is that just Microsoft apps, or is that kind of like, like if they're using a CRM or a project management or whatever?
Absolutely. Salesforce, Xero, all of these.
So cool.
It is. And
wow.
say you're an insurance broker and you've got access to 15 different platforms to get information for your clients. You can just simply click on any of those platforms in your dashboard. Usernames and passwords are saved, bang, straight in, and it just makes it so much easier.
Yes, doesn't it? I'm just thinking about what my laptop looks like.
That's it. And again, this is a feature that comes standard with just about every version of Microsoft 365. So you've probably already got access to these tools, and if you're not using them, well, you probably should be.
Yeah, absolutely. That one's. I can instantly see that one, given I have this I open my laptop in the morning and this whole row of tabs opens up and they've all got their own username and passwords.
Yeah, that's it. And that's fine for some businesses, but in a larger organization with lots of different employees that, you never know who's going to be there next year or who you can completely trust. The less of that information that they know, then the better. And also from a business owner's point of view, you don't have to worry about, if someone leaves, locking down all these things and changing all these passwords, because basically they don't know them, so they can't get in from anywhere.
Yeah, that's so clever. Yeah.
It is. Now, something else that's changed with Microsoft 365 is people probably heard of Microsoft Office basic or essential licenses and now standard licenses, which used to be premium but are now standard. They're the two most common levels of Microsoft 365 platforms. But a new level called Microsoft 365 Business Premium now comes in. You're looking at around about $10 a month as a step up in each of those licenses, from the basic to the standard to the premium. But the premium edition includes some really interesting features, such as the ability to manage who can access your information and from where through a function called geo-blocking. So included with the Microsoft Business Premium, I can set the limits so that if anyone tries to log into your Microsoft 365 portal from anywhere but Australia, it will simply just not allow them, no matter if they have the usernames and passwords or not. So for malicious actors who typically are in Eastern Europe or Asia or Middle East, wherever they may be, they just cannot even attempt to access your information. And so they will just simply move on to the next one. And you're straight away cutting down 95% or more chance of your users getting compromised. So that's a really, really powerful function, and just, again, one of the great features that you may already have and not even know about.
Yeah, great. And I think the last one you had here was seamless device management with iTunes.
Yeah, again, with the business premium licenses, you get a feature called Microsoft Intune. And Intune is another fantastic tool that, for example, if we have a customer who's got a remote office in WA or overseas or wherever it might be, I can order a laptop, I can through Microsoft Intune, prepare the Azure Active Directory profile, and then enter the serial number of that machine. So I don't even have to have the machine come in. And when that user opens the box in wherever they are, connects it to the Wi-Fi, it will automatically download that pre-prepared profile that I've already done earlier, which means that the person can open the laptop at their leisure. They don't have to, arrange to talk to the IT guy who then has to log in and then has to coordinate through different time zones. They just open it up, bang, username, password, and away they go. Again, they're probably just going to have their Microsoft Office products will automatically download. Their single sign-on dashboard will just be there. Their security, all those things are already taken care of. And again, just streamlines everything from where to go. And again, all these features are available not just for large corporates, but for any level of business. You can be a one-man band and still get a lot of benefits out of these things.
You have been watching Better Business for Good TV by small business owners for small business owners. Previous episodes can be found in the Better Business Builders Community Resource Library at bb4g.co/community.